False killer whale songs, a secret language. False killer whales possess an incredibly complex communication system far beyond what we might initially expect. Their vocalizations aren't just simple sounds, they're a rich tapestry of clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls that create something akin to an underwater orchestra. Each call serves a different purpose, from coordinating hunts across vast distances to maintaining social bonds within their tight, knit pods. Researchers have identified dozens of distinct call types, each with subtle variations in pitch and duration, suggesting a nuanced level of communication we're only beginning to understand. Stick around. You're about to learn something wild. But first, tap like and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next mind. They even appear to dialects, where different populations use slightly different vocalizations, further emphasizing the sophistication of their language. Many whale species have a set list of calls they use. Think of it like learning a few songs in music class and sticking with them. But false killer whales are different. Their vocal repertoire is incredibly diverse and surprisingly flexible. They don't just have a handful of sounds, but a vast library that seems to grow as the group learns and adapts. This allows for far more nuanced communication within their pods, enabling complex social interactions we're only beginning to understand. It's like having a whole orchestra at your disposal instead of just a single instrument. Researchers believe this adaptability is key to their success in diverse environments and helps them maintain strong social bonds. What's truly remarkable about false killer whales is their complex vocal communication and how it's passed down through generations. These animals, despite being called whales, are actually a type of dolphin. Different pods or groups of related individuals develop unique sets of calls that act like dialects. Think of regional accents in human languages. It's similar with these whales. They don't simply inherit these vocalizations genetically. Instead, younger false killer whales learn them from older members within their pod, a process we call cultural transmission. This means they're actively teaching and learning songs, creating a shared identity and strengthening social bonds within the community. It's an incredibly sophisticated behavior, rarely observed to this degree in other marine mammals. The false killer whale's vocal abilities go far beyond simple communication. They're essential tools for survival. These complex clicks and calls are actually used for echolocation, allowing them to see their underwater world with sound. They emit these focused bursts of sound to pinpoint the location of prey, everything from schools of fish to elusive squid hiding in the darkness. Remarkably, they also employ this sophisticated sonar system when hunting larger marine mammals, using it to coordinate cooperative strategies and ultimately secure a meal. The sounds these whales make are truly remarkable. Researchers have discovered that false killer whale vocalizations aren't just random clicks and whistles. They're complex songs filled with intricate patterns and variations. These elaborate calls strongly suggest a high level of social complexity within their pods, more than we initially suspected. Scientists believe these songs serve as vital communication tools, conveying a wealth of information between individuals. Think of it like this: they're sharing data about where to find the best feeding ground, alerting each other to potential dangers lurking below, and even establishing individual identities within the group. Each whale likely has a unique vocal signature, allowing others to recognize them instantly. It's an incredibly sophisticated system that highlights just how intelligent and socially interconnected these animals are. False killer whales have an incredibly complex communication system, and scientists categorize their vocalizations into 3 distinct types: click trains, whistles, and pulsed calls. These aren't just random noises. Each type plays a specific role in how they interact with the world and each other. Click trains are particularly fascinating. These rapid fire bursts of clicks are primarily used for echolocation while hunting. They allow the whales to see their prey underwater, pinpointing fish even in murky conditions. Then there are whistles, which are more tonal and serve as vital social glue within a pod. These whistles help individuals identify each other, maintain group cohesion, and coordinate activities. Essentially, they're keeping the family connected. Finally, pulsed calls contribute to the overall communication repertoire. Often used in more complex interactions, we're still working to understand. What's truly remarkable about false killer whale communication is how it changes over time. Researchers studying their vocalizations have noticed a fascinating phenomenon. These sounds aren't static, they evolve. We see new calls appearing within the group's repertoire, while others gradually disappear or are modified. It's almost as if they're developing and refining their language. Imagine generations of humans subtly altering the words and phrases they use. That's essentially what's happening with these whales. This dynamic evolution suggests a remarkable level of cultural transmission and innovation within false killer whale communities, constantly adapting to changing social dynamics and environmental pressures. It's truly remarkable how adaptable these animals are, and one of the most fascinating examples is their ability to mimic sounds. False killer whales aren't just making their own calls. They've been observed copying the vocalizations of other species, particularly dolphins. Think about it, learning a brand new sound sequence from another animal. This isn't mere imitation, it suggests an incredible level of cognitive flexibility and social learning happening within these pods. It implies that younger whales are actively listening to and replicating sounds used by different groups, potentially for communication or even playful interaction. These vocal mimicry skills demonstrate their intelligence and complex social dynamics. Understanding how false killer whales communicate is incredibly complex. Their vocalizations often travel long distances underwater, but they reside in some of the deepest and most remote parts of the ocean, a real challenge for researchers. We can't simply observe them easily like we might with animals closer to shore. Thankfully, acoustic monitoring provides a vital window into their lives. Hydrophones, sophisticated underwater microphones, allow us to listen to these whales across vast stretches of ocean. By analyzing these recordings, we gain invaluable insights: how they coordinate hunts, how family groups maintain contact, and even clues about where different populations are located. It's like having a secret listening device, revealing their hidden world. The ability to truly decipher false killer whale communication remains a significant challenge for scientists. and its future depends heavily on our commitment to research and conservation. These whales rely on complex vocalizations, clicks, whistles, and pulsed calls to coordinate hunts, maintain social bonds, and navigate their vast ocean home. Unfortunately, the increasing levels of noise pollution in the oceans pose a serious threat. Shipping traffic, sonar testing, construction activities, and even recreational boating contribute to this underwater cacophony. This constant barrage of man-made sounds can mask or interfere with the false killer whale's own signals, making it difficult for them to hear each other effectively. It's like trying to have a conversation in a crowded stadium. Vital information gets lost. Without dedicated research to understand how noise impacts their communication patterns and targeted conservation efforts to mitigate these disturbances, we risk hindering our ability to protect this intelligent and vulnerable species.